God bless America. I mean, isn't America grand on the eve of our 250th birthday year? Happy New Year's Eve, everybody, by the way. We have competition now of independent journalists like Nick Shirley, who exposed the massive daycare fraud by Somali migrants in Minnesota. Tampon Tim and Ilhan Omar, mentally Ilhan, all facilitated this, by the way. Now we've got a bunch of people going out, documenting. This is media of the people, by the people, for the people, real media, real community members, real Americans. This is about as American as it gets. And what I have to share with you today is so awe-inspiring and massive. This is like an industrial fraud complex, and the perpetrators all have something in common. Yesterday, I shared with you the Department of Justice Attorney General Pam Bondi saying, buckle up, lawmakers. Kash Patel putting boots on the ground. You had ICE and HSI agents going door to door to these same daycare centers that are frauding the American taxpayer of millions and billions of dollars. Well, today, President Trump has responded, and he didn't disappoint. President Trump posting this today, saying Tim Walz of Minnesota is a crooked governor. He then went on to post this, there is more fraud in California than there is in Minnesota. I mean, literally taking the words out of my mouth yesterday, if that is even possible. When you add in election fraud, when they are tied for first, two crooked governors, two crooked states, and wait till you hear what Caroline Leavitt just told Fox News. Holy macadamia, who represents Donald Trump, by the way, represents the people, represents the president, this America First administration. You're not going to believe this, but before I share that with you, I have to share this. As if you needed any proof that the fraud was 100% real, I want to share this breaking story with you. I'm going to get to what Caroline Leavitt said. You're going to love it, by the way. It's amazing. Stick around. But get this, dig this. There is a Somali daycare center called Nokomis Daycare after the Nick Shirley and this amazing Minnesotan citizen who goes by the name of David. I'm going to share with you a quick clip of him too in this brand new, they went back to the Leering Center. After all this fraud has been exposed, this daycare center called Nokomis Daycare, after they were pressed by authorities, claimed that somebody actually broke in and stole all their documents yesterday. They stole all their enrollment information. They stole everything. How convenient. And then today, Minneapolis police confirmed nothing was stolen. They actually had nothing stolen. So the owners lied, knowing a federal investigation was imminent, as if you needed any proof whatsoever that this is 100% real, folks. We're living in the twilight zone. How do these people, you have to think about this, you guys. How do these people possess the cavalier, the nonchalance, the confidence to be so brazen? How? You have to ask yourself this. We're talking $9 billion is just what's been uncovered, right? If the industrial fraud complex that I think exists, I'm going to share with you some footage of what they're finding out in Ohio and Washington in just a second. We're talking, there's no ceiling, there's no cap on this. This could be tens, 50, hundreds of billions of dollars, which makes you wonder, just a quick question that popped in my head. I want you to answer this for me. When Kamala Harris was running for president in 2024, she had, of course, it was only like 72 days or whatever in her stupid book, but they were able to raise over $1.2 billion, which was unprecedented at the time. And they spent it and went through it like that. And it didn't even cause a single dent in their cause. It makes you wonder, after all this fraud is being uncovered, I wonder how much of that money, you tell me in the comments, how much of that money you think came from all of this fraud that is finally being exposed. I have a funny, sneaky suspicion It's more than just a little bit. I just have to share this really quickly because, the mainstream media has finally responded to this story after it took, 72, 4 or 5 days of, this video going viral, Nick's project, which was over 42 minutes, going viral. How do you think they responded? In typical fashion, they actually stood up for the fraudsters. The fact that they call Nick Shirley a random YouTuber. I'm not even going to play for you this other clip where Scott Jennings was a part of this panel. And you had these absolute abhorrent brain-dead mooks, these lunkhead libs, saying that this was xenophobic. He targeted this community because of their ethnicity. This is white supremacy. They actually called Nick Shirley, who was literally the least racist white dude on the planet. You won't find a less racist white human being than Nick Shirley. I promise you, I'll put everything on that. I put the bank on that. They called him a white supremacist for doing what? For exposing fraud, for asking simple questions. Hey, I called your number, nobody answered. Hey, I don't see any kids. This parking lot's empty. Your windows are all blacked out. You can't spell learning right. You're spelling it luring. They're actually calling him a white supremacist. And then CNN did this. Watch.
From CNN, can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley. Back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud. Over here. And so I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance. In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds. Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a
There
daycare.
should be a reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
It has their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then, but why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Federal law enforcement has been investigating fraud in Minnesota for several years. Both Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel said on social media they've indicted dozens of defendants. DHS has posted multiple videos of agents they say are conducting a massive fraud investigation. Do you think that federal law enforcement hasn't done enough? I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments. The cases have been going on, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
So CNN interrogates the guy exposing the fraud rather than the people who are actually committing the fraud. I mean, get that through your head, Americans. My fellow Americans, my fellow citizens. This is the main corporate mainstream media, what I call the woke left shill, the DNC shills, because they essentially work for the DNC. They're interrogating the guy who actually uncovered it. Here's Nick's response, too. Check this out. Nick posted this on X saying, mainstream media is more mad at me than they are at the fact that billions of your dollars are being used for fraudulent business. I'm not an enemy of the people. They are. I'm with you. They're against you. Remember that. We're all with you, Nick. America's with you. We support you. Keep up the great work. And by the way, leave a comment for Nick down there, in the comments down below. Let him know how much you support him and how much you love all the work that he's doing. Let him know right now. James Comer from the Oversight Committee has just announced, by the way, this is just live breaking right here. We're bringing in Tim Walz to answer for the massive fraud in Minnesota. 2 hearings, answers and accountability. So he says January 7th is going to be Minnesota State reps. And then on February 10th, it's going to be Tim Walz himself and the Attorney General Keith Ellison. He says, we will expose failures and identify solutions so we can legislate so this does not happen again. I don't know how much this is going to do or how well it's going to do. I trust Trump more than I trust the establishment. I'm tired of investigations. I'm tired of talk. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. As I said before, if you think Minnesota is the only place, I want you to check this out. Over 40 daycare centers in Columbus, Ohio. This is really happening now. As I said, this is kind of creating this competition, which is a very good thing, of who can expose the most fraud. It all opened under the same defunct shell organization. The Somali Education and Resource Center have been identified as opening and beginning operations on the exact same day, with combined earnings of $14 million in 2024 alone. We have a citizen journalist who actually went out. He said, I decided to drop by the Somali-run childcare center in Banati and check out the response of what happened after he just wanted to go stop by and ask a few questions. He was confronted with pure aggressiveness and even in some cases violence. Watch.
We have just reported you to the police, okay?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not breaking any laws.
You are resisting.
I'm not.
Huh?
I'm just asking, is this a child care center?
I know who you are.
Okay, is this a child care
You are
center?
terrorist.
I'm a what?
Yeah. No.
I'm a what? Did you say I'm a
You are
terrorist?
resisting. I know who you are, fucking guy.
We are here at the Bonatti Child Care 2 LLC on Cleveland Ave in Columbus, Ohio at 5 p.m. On a weekday. It says that they are open from 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Sunday. And, it's 5 p.m. right now, and we'll knock on the door and see if anyone's actually here. Doesn't look like there's anyone that would be here. Certainly not a place that I would want my children, if I had kids, to be.
Nope.
Wait a couple more seconds, maybe give it another knock. Don't hear anything, no cars, and it's 5 p.m. so there would be, you would think, lots of pickups going on if this were actually a active child care center. There is a camera right there, right up there, you see. So they do have some sort of activity going on.
Like a strip
There's a
club for crying
boutique
out
right
loud.
next door, so with Arabic writing on it. There's someone looking through now the corner, so she just popped through. I don't know if she's gonna come out or not. I didn't see any kids in there, don't see any pickups going on, but there was a woman in there, so she did peek through, not opening the door. We'll wait another 10 seconds or so, we'll see. Don't believe they're gonna be coming to the door, but there was someone peeking through right through that window, so there are people in there.
So I'm getting numerous reports. This is happening in Washington. It's happening in Ohio. It's definitely happening in California, Minnesota, around the Seattle area. And it's all being conducted by the same perpetrators, the same fraudsters. I am hoping with every fiber of my being. I mean, Elon Musk has called for Tim Walz to be in prison. Now we have Trump saying he's a crook. I'm going to share with you what Caroline Leavitt just said in just a second. We've got a mayor, this Jacob Frey guy, actually speaking in Somalia in political ads, speaking in Somalia in the United States of America. It's just an absolute tragedy. Before I get to the Caroline Leavitt, I mean, we have to make this video go viral, guys. I want to share with you too. Oh, there's also a street in Columbus, Ohio, named after a jihadist, Somalian warlord who waged war against Britain and Italy, causing 200,000 deaths. And now you've got, this is really interesting too, Ohio 43 Ohio lawmakers just signed letters demanding fraud investigation into Columbus daycares. It's the same exact pattern as Minnesota: empty facilities, public funding flowing, no kids visible. I mean, Nick Shirley just literally opened up the floodgates. God bless America. God bless him. It is absolutely monstrous what is going on here against the American taxpayer, against us. And I wanted to share this too, because this is from the guy David, who's back in Minnesota with Nick at the Quality Leering Center. Not only did he say that he filed a criminal report against Tim Walz, but this, I think, is really powerful, because now with what I shared with you from CNN and how everybody's doubting Nick and saying you got a lot of other ridiculous leftist, influencers saying this is all debunked. It's all crap. He didn't actually prove fraud. He just went door to door. Daycares are supposed to be, which is all just BS. The guy who was working with Nick Shirley just issued a challenge. In front of the Quality Leering Center, he said this. This is amazing. Wow.
Anyway, no, don't call any parents.
Anybody want to take me up? You $100,000 if you can. $100,000. You can disprove my information.
Okay, so give me a copy of what you have, and I can
If you can disprove my information. 100,000. 100,000. Page by page.
Keep going page by page. Keep going. Come on, girl. Just keep your video on it.
Okay.
And just screenshot it while you're going.
Let me know when you got it.
They got it. Oh, he's going page by page. Just the energy we need in the Twin
If
Cities.
anything on any of these pages is inaccurate, I'll give you $100,000 if
Come
you
on,
can,
let's
if
go.
you can disprove it.
I'm trying to.
Okay, you got that page? Here's the next page.
He's showing them page by
Got
page.
it? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
He's offering $100,000 to anybody who can challenge the information that proves that this is what these daycares are getting. This is the amount of children. This is the amount of funding. This is what they're supposed to have, how they're supposed to be operational, how they're supposed to work. And none of it is happening with actual photograph and video evidence that Nick and him uncovered. He's saying, prove me wrong. And to this date, as of this recording, nobody's come even close. Okay, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Oh, I love you, President Trump. I love you so much. If you love President Trump, give me a huge yeah in the comments down below. Listen to what Caroline Levitt just said the White House and President Trump is going to be doing about Nick's expose. Watch.
Governor Walz is completely incompetent. He always has been, and President Trump has long called him out for his incompetence and his poor leadership in the great state of Minnesota. I want to commend Nick Shirley for his incredible video in Real Journalism that went viral this past week. He epitomizes what new media looks like, and that's exactly why we at the White House, under President Trump's direction, have embraced new media journalists like Nick Shirley. We've welcomed them in to the White House press pool. We invited Nick Shirley to brief the President of the United States at an Antifa roundtable earlier this year. And this fraud in Governor Walz's state in Minnesota is something the Trump administration has been working on since day one. And since Nick Shirley's journalism really brought this issue further to light, we have surged resources across the board to the state. So I want your audience to understand this is a top priority for the administration. The Department of Justice, as we speak, is continuing to execute search warrants and subpoenas. People will be in handcuffs as a result of the fraud that Governor Walz has allowed to occur for many, many years. The Department of Homeland Security is conducting door-to-door investigations on the ground at potential fraud sites, and they're also, of course, conducting continued deportations of illegal aliens in Minnesota's communities. We're also not afraid to use denaturalization.
You heard it, folks. You heard it. She said people will be in handcuffs. It probably more than likely won't be Tim Walz, but at the very least, this will finally be the nail in the coffin of your abysmal, feckless, spineless, worthless, deceitful, cheating, fraudulent, garbage career. We need this, America. This is going to help the American taxpayer. It's going to help America as a country. It's going to help us in the midterms to make sure that these demon Democrats never get power. And I hope to God Ilhan Omar gets denaturalized and deported. If you're with me, let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. Please tap that thumbs up if you love America. It costs you less. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes you less than a nanosecond. That's what I meant to say. Simply tap it. All you got to do, even if you're watching this on TV, you can even do it on your remote. Please tap that. And for the love of God, please be safe tonight. If you go out, I'm not going anywhere. So if you do go out anywhere, please be safe. Happy New Year. I love all of you. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It doesn't cost you a thing. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.